What's up, YouTube? I'm coming at you with a Dino Rabbit deck profile. This is my Dino Rabbit anti-meta build of it. This is my take on it, with only one rabbit in the format, of course. But I think it's still a fun deck that you can play, Now, I'm not saying it's like the tier 1 deck, because it's far from it. But it's definitely a fun deck that can pretty much hold its own. So without further more, let's get into the deck. So obviously, we're running the one Rescue Rabbit. Pretty much, it's like the whole like Dino Rabbit, like engine. Pretty much, it used to be better with 2 and 3. I wish Rabbit would come back. If this came back to 2, this deck would be so much better. But one Rabbit suffices. We can still work with that. Then next we got 3 Sabrosauruses, for the Rescue Rabbit. It's a 1900 beat stick. I don't run the Kybosaurus or whatever that other one is that at the 1700 beat stick. Instead, we're running the Jirok Waiba, mainly just because with the one rabbit, you don't really need any more than 3 normal monsters. There are times the rabbit does become dead, but hopefully we'll get to the one. Well, hopefully we'll get to the when we get to the traps, I'll show you a card that you can recycle your normal monsters, keep the rabbit in hand, so it works out. So yeah, we run the 3 Jirok Waiba. If you attack over a monster, if you kill a monster with Jirok Waiba, you can special summon another one. And I believe, yeah, it can't delay our attack, but that's okay. In the main phase 2, you normally overlay them for either Dalka or Logia, depending on the situation. Most of the time Logia, because it's more of a lockdown card. So next we got one Thunder King. He's pretty much one of the best anti-meta cards in the game still, so you got to run the one that we can, one Thunder King. Then this is one of my favorite cards right here, 3 Fossil Dyna. The reason Fossil Dyna is so good is because if like a Necros player or like a deck that has to special summon to win, if they can't get over Fossil Dyna, that's pretty much instant win. And I'll show you, that deck runs 15 traps, so if you can protect the Dyna, and then if you have like a Sabrosaurusus on board, they're dead in like 2 or 3 turns. So it's pretty good. And then next we're running Doom Caliber Knight. Doom Caliber Knight is still in testing. It works out okay. It's just the fact that there's so many like monster effects in one turn that they can just get over and still do their push for game. So it's still in testing. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for the deck, that'd be extra helpful. Since I'm still trying to work out the kinks in it. This is still only version 2.0. It is still a little improved from the one I ran at locals. I went 3-1, beating Necros. My only loss was the Cliff Fort. But the only reason I lost the Cliff Fort is because they kind of beat my board, and they kind of just pendulum summoned like 4 on the board, and it was kind of game. So yeah, that's inside meta. And then the last 3 monsters we run is 3 Effect Failure, because effects are so huge right now. Like if I get like if the monster summons an effect and I can't get over it, and I don't stop it with an Veiler or the 3 Fiendish Fiends that also runs, it's kind of game breaking also. Like Necros players, like if they try to trish me, like I do not want to get trished. Like that is like one of my best things. Like I don't want to get trished, and I don't want to lose to monster effects. I'm not running Max C in the main board. I would probably run it in the side deck, only because like decks like special summon so much. Like if you stop their special summon, like they're probably still gonna take the Max C challenge. So I would rather try to stop the effects with Effect Veilers and Fiendish Change, and just let them special summon. Plus we run it like plus the deck also runs Fossil Dyna. And then it also runs trap cards too, so like 15 traps, like I said. And for consistency, we run 3 Duality. It's a really good card. Pretty much add consistency. You draw 3, everyone knows what it does. That's running Forbidden Lances. This card's really good. It's a very universal card in keeping like your Dynas alive and your Thunder Kings. If they try to like Regeki or Dark Hole or try to kill a Magic or Spell card, it also lets you get over bigger things too, since monsters lose 800 attack, which is really good for like a Jirok Waiba play, or if you just need to get over something. Like most of your beasts are 1900 anyway, so you can pretty much get over anything 2700 or less. If you want to suicide in 2600 or less, I believe. If I'm wrong, put it in the comment section below, but I think that's how it works. And then next we're running Dark Hole and Regeki. I'm trying to make room for 3 Mind Crushes in the main board, just because Mind Crush is so good against the meta right now. It's just so hard to find room in the deck. So it's still, we're in testing. I'm still trying to fit in 3 Mind Crush. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should take out for 3 Mind Crush, also if you have any suggestions on what I should add to the main board, or I also need suggestions for the side deck, since I don't really have a side deck built right now. I'm still working out the kinks in the main board before I work on the side deck. So next we got 3 Fiendish Change, which is a really good card, because not only does it stop effects, it also stops that monster from attacking, which is huge, because if they try to summon a monster and they attack you, just Fiend exchange it, and they don't get the effect, they also can't attack. So it pretty much puts them a dead monster on board for them. And next we got D-Prison. It's a very good card when they attack, the monsters move from play. These are kind of self-explanatory. Solemn Warning, Compulse, Bottomless, Torrential, Mirror Force. Pretty much you don't want, pretty much it's just like all like the really like sacky traps, you know. That's what everyone on locals calls it, sacky traps. Then next we got Vanity's Emptiness, which is a really good card. It also stops Special Summon. The whole point of the deck is I don't want to get Special Summon, and I don't want to lose the monster effects. That's like really the thing I did with that. And with the next card I'm about to show you, it pretty much does both, and it's also a very good card out of the new set. Lose 1 turn. The deck runs 3 of them. This card is so good because not only does it stop like monster effects for the turn, it puts special summon monsters in defense. So literally they lose a turn. Like if they try to special summon a whole bunch of monsters, they have to go to defense and they don't get the effects for the turn. Also, if they try to like go with like a monster effect, and then if they try changing like a Book of Moon and the monster flips face down, they still can't use the effect because unlike Skill Drain, lose 1 turn since the effects are negated on the field. So it doesn't matter if they're face down or face up. One question though for the viewers, if you guys can answer this, I don't know how it would work if like a special summon, like if you had like a special summon like a TG monster or something like that, or like a monster gets special summoned and then it dies that turn, but it has an effect that activates in Grave. I don't know if that effect would still activate or would it be negated. I'm not sure. I've been trying to find the ruling on that, but I can't find it anywhere. So if you guys can like help me with that, like a monster that gets special summoned, it dies that turn, goes to the graveyard, would the effect that activates in Grave still activate? That's my question to you. And then the last card we run in the main deck is just still testing. It's also a new card out of the new set, in Jar of Avarice. Like, I think this is a really good card in theory. I haven't seen anyone run it yet, so I don't know how good it is. But I think it'd be really good in this deck, mainly just because the fact that we run all like the floodgate traps, that we can target any 5 cards in my graveyard and shuffle them, and then I have to draw 1 card. So we get to recycle a lot of the cards. Like if we have like a Rush Grab in hand, but we've already used like 2 of our Sabrosauruses, we can just put them back in the deck and then activate Rescue Rabbit. It's so huge. So that's pretty much the main deck. And then the only XCs I'm going to show you, because it doesn't really matter, I don't really summon anything other than these guys. So if you guys have any suggestions for the extra deck, that'd be also helpful. Mainly just a bunch of rank 4s, since we don't really synchro. So it's just 2 Logia and 2 Dalka. Logia is really good, Dalka is really good. You pretty guys should know what these cards do. So that was pretty much the deck profile. If you guys have any questions or suggestions or comments about the deck, please comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching. I'm going to continue to make videos on this channel as frequently as possible. So if you like this video, just subscribe and you'll get to see all of them. You'll get to see the show. Okay, peace out, YouTube.